they came to our house as soon as they had visited you and began to settle in. At which point, of course, we come to the story of the salmon.
Oh, that salmon. Mr. Hancock was talking about that salmon
Yes.
even during the brief time that he was at my house. So whatever did happen, did he ever get to eat his salmon?
Well, the answer is sort of yes and no. The first thing to remember about Mr. Hancock is that he is used to the finer things in life.
Yes, I'm sure.
That coach of his is somewhat of an example
It
of
was
that.
quite large and quite
Well,
beautiful, if I recall.
while they were still at my brother Clark's in Lexington, an admirer of Hancock showed up with a large, freshly caught, very appetizing salmon. And before they had a chance to do anything with the salmon, they had to flee here into the Woburn precinct because the British troops were on the green at Lexington on the Common, and they were really very close, only a matter of 2 houses away.
Well, of course, it made sense for them to stop quickly at my house because
Indeed.
we are the closest farm. We're only a couple
Indeed.
of miles from the Clark homestead.
And they very much appreciated your hospitality because they were much in need of a place to rest and catch their breath. But what happened was that when Hancock got to our home, he decided that he just could not do without that salmon. And so he got his coachman and his carriage, and he sent them back to Lexington with instructions to get, and I suspect in this order of importance, first the salmon, secondly Miss Quincy, his fiancée, and third his Aunt Lydia Hancock.
Oh my! Well, so the ladies did
And
join you.
the
in that
ladies
order.
arrived at our house. My wife prepared the salmon. We had sat down at the parsonage table. Grace had been said when a man came rushing into the house to tell us that the regulars were on the road and that Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams should flee immediately. So once again, the salmon remained uneaten.
Oh my!
We put Mr. Hancock's carriage as far into the woods as we thought was safe, and then I and one or two others led them to the house of the Wymans further on in the precinct, out in pretty much a house that stands by itself with its farmland around it, but with no near neighbors.
Yes, I did hear that was a good place. There were, I believe, several townspeople and families from this area that actually took refuge with the Wagons as well for a short time.
Indeed, and there Mr. Quincy and Mrs. Hancock joined them later. But the salmon was indeed eaten, but it was not eaten by Mr. Hancock. It was eaten by his fiancée. And I suspect, she being a woman of uncommonly high spirits, that she enjoyed the fact that she was dining on her fiancé's salmon and that he was not. I'm sure that pleased her, even if she would be at some pains to admit it.
I see. Well, at least the ladies got to enjoy
Indeed.
the
Indeed.
fast, even if the gentlemen had to flee.
The ladies got to eat the salmon, and Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams found the safety that they needed. And as you know, I am sure they made it on in safety to Worcester,
Yes.
where they are at the moment, and then they have plans to go on from there. And the women have joined them. They're staying with Mistress Quincy's sister, I believe, in a town near
Out in that direction.
in that general direction. The name of the town escapes me for the moment.
Well, luckily they have gone off. They are safe.
They are
We
indeed.
wouldn't have known that it was all a false alarm, so I'm pleased, as I'm sure you are, that we were able to give them refuge for a short time.
Indeed.
On your house.
Indeed.
Well, Mr. Merritt, thank you so much for stopping in. We are doing fine here, and I'm very glad to get the rest of the story.
Again, my pleasure, madam.
The second parish to which he refers did eventually become Burlington. And for those of you with an interest, the Wyman House is open for tours on the second Saturday of every month, with the exception of the month of August, when the Wyman family holds a family reunion on Burlington Town Common, usually featuring 200 to 300 Wymans. It's still a very,
So the Wyman's house does still exist.
and it is open.
We're having some discussion about
It
it.
is not, it is owned, it's not occupied currently. It suffered a major fire back in the 90s, but the Burlington Fire Department was able to save the building. So a lot of the original glass is still there, and obviously I was just there last Saturday. The house still shows the ravages of the fire, but they're also rehabbing a barn in the backyard to 1775 standards. It's a lot of work. They do spinning there. They have some spinning demonstrations of both wool and flax. It's a nice little place to go visit. There is no charge to go in, and the family loves to talk to people about it. The exterior of the building was rehabbed to more current standards just to keep the weather out, and that was through a federal grant. So, but it is a very nice place to go visit. You can check it out.
Did you know anything about Reverend Merritt's house, the Sewell house? Didn't that exist for a while?
It did, but I believe that's where the Burlington Mall is now.
No, that's my house.
Oh, that's your house. Okay, that's I get confused. So yeah. So, oh, okay.
South
I
end
get-
of the Burlington Mall.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not sure the Sewell house. So,
The school house?
the Sewell.
The Sewell house.
The Sewell house.
The Merritts